Hey, what's up, everyone? So, got to tell you my story from yesterday. It's a very interesting day overall. And let me start off with things just don't always go out to plan, even when you have a plan. And this is the emphasis of that story and what you can do when things don't go to plan. So, anyway, had my whole plan laid out for the day. We were going to wake up early, watch a couple cartoons, me and my son Tyson, go to his little playland area. He has a kids club in Chandler that we go to, and he just plays with the toys, and Dad just sits down and gets some work done. He works on his site, he works on social media, and he just has the time to do what he needs to do while Tyson goes out and plays with the other little kids. Nice and simple. That was what the day was supposed to be consist of. Unfortunately, it did not consist of that. And we got the day started, and everything that could have potentially not have gone to plan did that. So we're driving. I'm getting ready. Actually, before we even started driving, I was getting ready to start my YouTube videos because I love to learn when I have the opportunity to. And what better time than when you're driving in your car? So I'm getting my YouTube video ready. My phone starts uploading over and over again, and then it starts rebooting, and I don't know what's going on. So I'm trying to figure it out, shake it around a little bit, tried a couple different things, just wasn't working. So I had to turn that phone off. My son's phone, which we use specifically for Netflix, was not where it was supposed to be. So I called my wife up. I asked her, "Hey, Sonia, where'd you put Tyson's phone?" He goes, "Oh, I'm sorry, it's in my bag. He dropped it in my bag last night, and I forgot to take it out." So I didn't even have his phone. And he usually throws temper tantrums in the back seat if he doesn't hear his little nursery rhymes. So I'm like, well, that's not gonna be good, but all right, we don't have either of our phones, but as long as I can just get him to his little kid area, everything's gonna be good. I just gotta get him there. And we're driving, I get cut off twice, and it's just not the greatest thing in the world. But the one thing that I always have, whenever I have problems or issues going on, I try and be as positive as possible. It just makes life a lot easier to deal with because you have those options. Either you can be mad at the situation, or you can just say, the situation's the situation, and you go about business. So I'm going about my day. We're hitting the red lights that we're not supposed to hit. The day is getting more and more interesting as it goes on. So I'm just kind of like, well, this is something. This is a very interesting day. The one thing I know never to do is say, can it get any worse? Because life always finds a way to get worse when you ask that question. So I'm gonna leave that question alone. Well, anyway, so we get into his little kid land, and he's just not having it. He doesn't want to be there. And I talked to the lady up front. I'm like, "Ma'am, I'm really sorry. I don't know what's going on with my son. He really doesn't want to be here today. So is there any way that I can be reimbursed for the session we had?" Like, it was literally less than 5 minutes. And they were really cool about it. The place is actually called Whiz Kids. If anyone's in the Chandler area and they need a good place to take their kids to, I would recommend that place. But anyway, so she was really sweet about it. Yeah, no problem. He's usually not like that. Like, I'm like, yeah, I know. He might just be hungry, so I'm gonna go take him to eat, because he's signaling that he's hungry, but he's eating all the time. But they say when they get closer to 2, they just have to eat all the time. They're going through their growing spurts, so it is what it is. So I end up taking him to not Olive Garden. I took him Sweet Tomatoes. So we go to Sweet Tomatoes because at least he has the option. It's like a little mini buffet with different options, and he loves that place anyway. So I go to Sweet Tomatoes, and he starts roughhousing with a couple little kids too, and they're running all over the place, and I'm trying to corral my kid. When he sees other kids, he gets really, really excited. So I'm like, but at this point, I'm just kind of like, the day's just gonna do whatever the day's gonna do. Nothing went to plan. It didn't go the way I expected it at all. That's just the way it goes sometimes, and you just improvise the best that you can. That's all you have. So anyway, we get to the front, and the lady at the front, she says, she's like, "Do you need help with anything else?" And I give her a smile, and I said, it'd be nice if I had the senior discount. And she was actually sweet enough. She did give me the senior citizen discount. So, and then on top of it, she gave me 20% off for my next visit. And I was just ecstatic after that. It made my day. It really made my day. So me and my son go to eat, and I'm grinning ear to ear. And I'm thinking to myself, I really have to extend the compliment to this woman and let her know that she really made an interesting day much, much better. So after we finish eating, I go to the lady, I'm like, "Look, I had a shit day today, but the things that you did and what you offered me is what really made my day. It absolutely made my day." And she has a big smile on her face, and it just, it's that feeling, when you're happy and someone else is happy and just the world is better. I'm sure everybody understands what I'm talking about who's ever had that feeling before, where it's just like, everything's gonna be okay. The sun's gonna come out another day, and it might not have gone your way this time, but you made up for it with this, and life's good. So what I really got from that is my own personal message, and I want to extend it out to you guys. When life's not going your way, you have the choice to see how you're going to respond to it. And I'm really happy with how I responded to the day overall, because I took a simple gesture actually I had a couple simple gestures, because the woman at WizKids didn't have to refund me my day. She didn't have to do it, but she did. And I had the opportunity with the lady at Sweet Tomatoes to help me out just because I asked. And then she extended the favor even more. And so whenever we're given something, we have the option to choose how we're going to respond to it. And I feel I responded very well to that, because I maintained my positive mood. And in doing so, I really looked at the positive things that brought the day back up, instead of looking at all the negative things, because I had the option to look at all the negative things too. I didn't have to look at the positive things. It was a choice. I could have complained about how certain things weren't going my way, and I might not have even seen those opportunities that I was given and I was blessed, and then I wouldn't be able to bless them back. Because when people get complimented, either way, like, I'm telling you, it's one of the coolest things ever. In fact, I want to thank all of you. You guys leave excellent comments. You guys are awesome. Got a lot of love for every one of you. And it's one of those things where if people just extend a hand out to someone and do their best to help one another, we just rise above everything else. And everything else just becomes trivial at that point. You have the strength within, and then you just build on top of that, and you're happy, they're happy, the world's happy. So do your best. Even if your day's not going to plan, even if everything's just not working the way that it needs to, just remember, you have that choice. You don't have to look at that situation as the worst situation ever. In fact, you can look at it as, I'm getting stronger for this day. That's what I look at a lot of days with my son Tyson, actually. He makes sure things don't go to plan. I'm sure Melissa O'Brien, I guarantee you can contribute to that one, because you have, I believe, 3 kids yourself. So little kids just make sure life does not go to plan. It never does. I have my plan laid out every day, and I just kind of roll with it, because he's making sure of that. And it's the coolest thing ever, and it's a blessing to me, because it honestly reminds me of all the potential that I have, because he's toughening me up. he's making me a better version of myself every single day, because he's letting me know, yeah, I'm a little kid. And life sometimes just doesn't go to plan either. So you add that and you multiply it, and you just do what you got to do. You do the best that you can. I hope you guys enjoyed my story. If you have any stories like that, please comment below, let me know, and you have a great day. Thank you.